Hello everyone. So today we're going to discuss mission number 3, mixed numbers. And again, when you start first time learning about fractions, you also learn about mixed numbers. And we know that mixed numbers could have involved number and a fraction, and normally those are the ones that we have to simplify. We can't leave it as a mixed number. Or we can leave it as a mixed number, but if we have improper fraction, we gotta work this improper fraction to a mixed number. And also, if it's a mixed number and you wanna make it improper fraction in order to solve, add, multiply fractions, this is another way. So basically, we're gonna talk about how do we go from one thing to another and backwards. So, converting to mixed numbers, we have to divide the top by the bottom. So this is one thing that, or maybe the first step that we will start with. So the practice assignment, we will have some mixed numbers, improper fractions worksheet, and you will practice with both ways. So if the denominator of the fraction is larger than denominator, this is what we call improper fraction. Okay, so improper fractions are those when the top number is larger than the bottom. So how do we convert those to a mixed number? First thing, we want to know how many times 4 goes into 9. So 4 plus 4 is 8. If I add another 4, this will get me to 12. So 4 goes into 9 2 times, right? So 2 times, and we copy the same denominator. So 2 times 4 is 8, and then plus how many numbers we need to get to 9? 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 will give us 9. So 2 times 4, 8, plus 1 will give us 9. This is how we break down from improper to a mixed number. So let's do another one. This is equal to, make sure you write down 5 as the same denominator, it doesn't change. Now the question is, how many times 5 goes into 11? It goes only 2 times, right? 2 times 5 is 10, and then plus what number we get 11? Plus 1. So 2 and 1/5. If you have to write it this, it's going to be 2 and 1/5, and this will be just 2 and 1/4. This is how we get the mixed numbers. So let's try the third one. Same thing. We write down number 3, and now 3 goes into 9 how many times? 3. And 3 times 3 is 9, plus what? Plus 0 will give me the answer. Plus 0. So what that means is 3 plus 0. So basically, this is the same as 3 plus 0 because 0 over 3 is 0. So 3 will be the final answer. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Alright, so if you, in other words, I know some of you are thinking, what's going on here? What is this 0? I would say if you can simplify, if you can divide those two numbers and get the whole number, go for it. Just divide those. But if you can't divide them and you gotta get mixed number or decimal, then this is the way how we're gonna do it. So let's take a look of mixed number that we were going to convert to a improper fraction. So now we're gonna go backwards. We have given this, and we're gonna write this. So again, we follow the same steps. Same denominator. What do we need to do here is we multiply those two. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 gives us 11. So 11 over 5 will be the improper fraction for this mixed number. Okay, same thing over here. 3 stays on the bottom, same denominator. Now 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 will give us 5 over 3. And next example, we have 6 down here. 4 times 6 is 24, plus 5, 29 over 6. And those are the answers we are looking for when we convert from mixed number to improper fraction. Now, let's take a look of some mixed examples. So mixed examples, we have two improper fractions on the top and two mixed numbers on the bottom. So we're gonna go from one step to another. So again, same denominator in every case. Now the question is, 2 goes into 9 how many times? Or basically 2 times what will give us almost 9? That will be 2 times 4, right? 2 times 4 is 8. And then plus 1 will give us 9. So 4 and 1/2 is the mixed number of this. 7 and 3. 3 on the bottom. 3 goes into 7 2 times because 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 will give us 7 over 3 number. So 2 and 1/3 is the mixed number. And we're going to do the same thing here to write the improper fraction. So 8 is the denominator. 2 times 8 is 16 plus 3, 19. 19 over 8 will be the answer here. And then we have another denominator, 7. 1 times 7 is 7 plus 5 will give us 12. 12 over 7 will be my next answer. All right, so I think you're doing fine, okay? We're repeating exactly the same steps. You just have to remember that we multiply down here and then we add on the top. And if we want to break it down, we write the same denominator. We look for what number we gotta multiply to get close to this and then add the difference. So, if you're done following me, you can go ahead and continue with the next few examples. If you're not done yet, pause the video, finish the previous page, and then come back to the second. Okay, so the last step here, we are going to compare mixed numbers. So when you compare mixed numbers, I will suggest that you guys are converting those to improper fractions, even though sometimes you can think as a decimal number. Okay, so let's first rewrite this as improper fractions. Okay, so we have 1 times 7, 7 plus 5, we get 12 over 7 here, and this will be 1 times 12, 12 plus 7, 19 over 12. Okay, so now, in many cases, you will be allowed to use the calculator. But without calculator, I just want you to think about which one of those. Is 7 close to 12 or is 12 close to 19? So if you have to compare again the numbers, how are you going to find those? 7 close to 12, is it close to half of it or close to the to 0 or close to 1? So what do you think? So maybe for both of those, you will say, I think those are close to half. And you will be absolutely right if you have to round it. So let me show you what it looks like as a decimal number, okay? Because I want you to see the exact accurate answer. So we have 12 divided by 7, which is 1.71. So I would say this is approximately, I will write it up here, 1.71. Okay, so we have this number, and then the next one is 19 divided by 12. So this is approximately 1.58. So if you look at those two, 1.71 and 1.58, which one is greater? Well, the left side is greater than the right side. In other words, you can also, well, let's rewrite those again as improper fractions and then as a decimal. So 8 times 11 is 88 plus 8, you're going to get 96 over 11. And this will be 8 times 9 is 72 plus 5, you're going to get 77 over 9. So I would say if I have to compare 11 to 96 and 9 to 77, I would say both of those are close to 0, okay? Because it's a huge gap, huge difference between those numbers. But the question is, which one is actually greater? One of those will be or less. So let's again divide this. 96 divided by 11 equals, and I get 8.73. So this will be 8.73 approximately. And the next one, 77 divided by 9 equals, this will be 8.6 approximately. So if we have to compare, 8.73 will be greater than 8.6. So my inequality symbol goes in this direction. So the point here is, when you get to the improper, excuse me, when you get to improper fraction, once you have the simplest form of the improper fractions, use the calculator to get the decimal number so you can tell which one exactly is the larger or smaller, because look at the difference. They're so close to each other, and without calculator it's really hard to tell. Okay, and the last one, 3 and 4/5 and 2 and 5/6. So 3 times 5/15 plus 4, we get 19/5. And this will be 2 times 6/12 plus 5, 17/6. So again, we're going to use the calculator to calculate what is, I just want to pull this up so we can see on the calculator, 19 divided by 5 is 3.8. So I'm going to put here 3.8 as a decimal. And then next one will be 17 divided by 6 equal, so we get 2.83. Well, obviously 3.8 is larger than 2.83, so the inequality symbol goes again in this direction. And with that, my last example is completed. The video is over. Thank you for watching the video, and make sure you have a good questions for me in class. Have a great day.